Who brought the gun up?
Alec. He was there and he just, I don't know why he pulled the trigger. I don't know why he pulled the trigger.
I talked to Alec after. His reaction was, I didn't even pull the trigger. I didn't even pull the trigger.
As soon as he pointed it out, and then he just was like holding his hand, this is good, boom. Right off in their faces. Boom. Right off in their faces.
Come on in.
What's your name?
My name is Detective Roy.
Hi, Roy. I'm Karen.
Hi.
What do you want me here?
Yes, you can take a seat here on the couch. What was your name?
Karen.
Karen. Okay, Karen.
Sorry.
I'm Joel. This is my partner, Roy.
That girl might have passed away. That Helena might have passed away.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry to
On
hear
the
that.
news.
Yeah, I'm hoping this is
I hope it's misinformation.
Are you okay? Do you hug?
No, I want to do it. Just, it can't be. Just too freaking young and talented.
Okay, so your first name's Karen?
Karen, yeah.
Okay. Karen with the C?
K.
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 Okay.
Last name?
Kuehn, Kuehn.
Okay.
U-E-H-N.
H-N.
Wow. It's probably the most heavy thing I've ever been witnessed on a set.
Do you need a moment just to take a breather, or?
No, let's just do it. I
You
stopped
sure?
to drive 80 miles south. Yeah, I can't see it without my glasses, but hey.
Okay.
I'm getting there.
There you are.
I can't see at night.
Yeah, hi.
Your date of birth, ma'am?
59.
And a physical address?
Peralta.
It's pretty
Yes.
down there.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. I love where I live.
Yeah. I used to work with the Game and Fish Department as a game warden. I lived at the Siviata National Wildlife Refuge
Oh, that's
for
beautiful.
a few.
nice.
That's where I let go my raccoons.
Yeah, okay.
Awesome.
Nice. Lots of free land out there.
Yeah, well.
And a phone number for you?
Yeah, 505-401.
And Miss Karen, what is your title here at the onset?
Stills photographer?
Stills photographer. Okay. So through the gist of it, we're going to use myself as a reference.
Okay.
We're being told that Mr. Baldwin was in a pew sitting down,
Yes.
facing south. So
Yes.
I'm going to be Mr. Baldwin.
Okay, and I'll be me?
Yes. So
Okay.
please let us know what you.
I'm against the wall over here.
Okay.
And he has a way of pointing at you like, go over there. I'm not allowed to shoot his tapes.
Okay.
So I walked in, I wasn't even in there very long. I just walked in, scoped out the situation, because I'm not supposed to shoot his takes or his practice, anything that he has to actually let me do the photographs. It's
Okay.
sort of just the way it is. So I just was here and he pointed at me. So I went over there. And then he had the gun in his pocket and he was just trying to reveal it. I guess they gave him the gun? I don't know what happened there. If he's you, he was just like, is that enough? Does the gun show enough to show it to camera?
Okay.
So he's trying to show it to the camera, and Helena and Joel are over there with the Steadicam guy and the dolly guy.
So they're to your left.
Yes.
Okay.
They're here. They're back here actually.
Okay.
I'm probably up. I'm probably a little farther. Like I'm probably right there. You know? I'm on the wall, and so they're over there, and so he brings. It happened so quick.
Right.
Just, he brought the gun up, and then boom.
Okay.
Who brought the gun up?
Alec. He was there, and I don't know why he pulled the trigger. I don't know why he would do that.
Yeah, I mean, we can't make any.
It was totally an accident.
Okay.
I really believe that. I mean, he was mortified. I'm looking at him, and he's looking at them, and then I turn, and she's down, and I can't forget it, 'cause she's just down in the corner, like, she's like, I think something's wrong,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought, let's see. I thought she had blood on the left in here. And, you know, I can do medic stuff, so I said I was going to help share, but she called Matt, so they said everybody go out, so I left.
Okay.
You know, because, you know, that situation, you wanted to just get out. It was kind of chaotic. And then the director was standing behind going, he was just all disheveled because I don't know, where is it? It seemed like it was in his shoulder. So I don't know. They're just in there looking through the camera, like, you know, looking at Alex.
So how many gunshots did you get?
Just one.
Okay. And after the gunshot, did you leave the church or did you stay and give assistance?
I left.
Okay.
They asked everybody to leave who wasn't helping.
Okay.
And Cher was they called the medic and she was right there. And
Right.
Matt, the electrician, she called him. And I just, you know, I went out because they asked
Were
everybody.
you inside the building when the revolver was given to Mr. Baldwin?
I wasn't. I don't know if I was or wasn't. I don't remember that because I'm trying to get cameras set up and stuff. So I didn't really get any of that.
Did you hear anyone on set say anything about the revolver?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't. It's like part of costumes, and that's a department.
Right.
Armor is a department. That's a pretty serious department.
Okay.
I know that there was another gunfight, you know, like another day, and it hit my the stuff that comes at you is pretty strong.
Yeah.
And
So
I was
what
like, it took out one of my cameras.
Oh wow.
So I mailed my camera to Sony like a week ago. You know, when I did a gunfight thing, and I showed it to the UPM row, and I said, it's not working right. I think that, I mean, I could feel it, you know, so I was like, I shoot wide angle a lot, so I like to get in there. And so I just kind of got this rule to just keep my head down and look at the thing and shoot. And you can feel that shit coming at you.
Yeah.
You know, there's stuff coming out. I was like, oh, I didn't realize this is my first gunfight Western kind of thing to cover.
Mhm.
So, you know, it's been a real learning curve.
Okay.
But Mr. Baldwin was mortified.
Okay.
And they made him leave. You've got to leave. And he was, you know, they shut him down real quick. He was in shock.
Right.
You know?
How long have you been on set?
I've only been hired for 5 days. This was my 5th day. I was supposed to do a gallery shoot of him, like on a backdrop.
Yeah.
And that didn't happen, obviously.
In 5 days, what would your interpretation be of individuals' demeanor on set?
I think everybody's been having a good time. I mean, the camera department wasn't too happy.
Okay.
And they, like, split this morning.
What happened with that?
I don't really know, because even though I'm in the camera department, I've gotten 5 days total. They've been shooting for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And so they randomly tell me when I'm coming in.
Okay.
But I think there's discrepancies about payment and getting housing.
Okay.
And, you know, they left this morning,
Okay.
which is a drag. But I don't think they would do anything.
So you said 5 days, so it's going to be safe to assume you started on Sunday, the October 17th?
No, I'd have to look on my calendar and say, I came in for a Wednesday, I think it was.
Okay.
And then last week it was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday,
Okay.
and then today.
Tell me about last week. Anything stick out to you about last week?
Just how nice the actors have been. Awesome.
Yeah.
You know, Eccles is amazing.
Yeah.
So easy to work with. Fisher, who used to be married to Clint Eastwood, a Dream. It was like
Yeah.
fun.
Okay.
And just the stunt people are great. I mean, it's really been a fun shoot for me personally.
Cool.
I haven't had any discrepancies. They've been there for me.
That's nice to know. Do you have anything else?
Do you know where the firearm was put after the whole shooting?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, I feel like it was put on the bench, but Mr. Baldwin just stood up. He was mortified. I mean,
Okay.
he was mortified. I was mortified. I was like, it's really got her. And I thought whatever was in there really got her, you
Right.
know. It was just a bad deal,
Okay.
you know. And I don't know. I mean, I'm not in that department.
Correct.
These low budget things, sometimes they...
Right. That's okay. Do you think we need to know anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, I was so quick.
Yeah.
All I can say is that I don't think Mr. Baldwin, I think he was very shocked.
Right.
So we all were,
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry you have to deal with all this.
Okay, 1 minute. I love you too. Bye.
That's not my style.
Okay, bye. What's going on, brother?
So they're gonna do him? Get out of here.
All right, gentlemen. During this conversation, the search warrant is in the judge's hand, so Mr. Connell might have to step out here and speak to them. Okay.
Understandable. Yeah.
All right. First of all, just get your basic information, and then we'll move on forward and ask some questions. Okay? You doing okay?
Yeah.
If anytime you need a moment or anything, you let me know.
How far do you have to drive after this?
Thank you.
Are you
I'm just going to marry him.
if you need a ride or anything, we'll take care of it.
Are you from New Mexico? No?
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. How long have you been out in New Mexico now, man?
5 weeks.
5 weeks.
So you came out with
Thank
this
you.
production.
I came out for Dragon's Egg, which was
Oh.
the Willis show that fell apart.
Yeah, I know.
And then my
The
buddy-
production pulled out.
Really?
Yeah, another prima donna actor.
They had a contract dispute with Bruce, and he didn't show
Yeah.
up on the shoot day, and
Oh, wow.
they wrapped us the same day. And we're like, "You're out." So
That's crazy.
my
It's
buddy just
insane.
happened to be on this as a
Okay.
dolly grip and said, "Hey, they're looking for gear," and I had my truck out
So
here.
you got here already.
Truck was here. It just worked out, and I'm so fucking sorry it didn't. Can't
Who's your buddy?
dolly grip Ross.
Okay.
Ross. What's current phone number for you?
Going on
And what is your official title here?
key rigging grip.
This is a CrimeCircus presentation.
All right. Starting with the interview, where were you standing? Were you inside of the church, outside of the church?
I didn't enter the church until after the incident happened. But I was there when she was there administering first aid, and as grips, we're always safety is like kind of our thing, and I know everybody on this fucking show is 12 years old, so I went in to make sure, like, see what was going on, and it was a fucking shit show. Anyway, the reason that I even stayed for an interview was because when I exited the building, the first AD was talking to the armorist and asking for the gun. Where's the gun? Where's the gun? He wanted to check the bullets on the gun. And it just instinctually was like, you're going to touch the fucking gun right now? Like, what? And I whipped out my phone to, like, record it, and I was so still just shake. I didn't even record the fucking thing. But
So Dave
pulled
Hall
each
was
bullet
asking for the.
out and shook them. The girl's like, see, they shake, and each one, but one of them did not have a hole drilled in it, which is not. It was not supposed to be in that load. I hate to fucking throw them into the bus. Armorists are fucking children. They're not experienced. They were not. This production cut fucking every corner they could, hired people that were unqualified, and this is what they got.
Right.
This person was not a union armorist.
Okay.
Every union armorist I've ever worked with, I've been in the game 15 fucking years, has been a 60-something-year-old ex-military badass motherfucking gunsmith.
Right.
Guy you look at and you're like, that's the armorist. Everyone.
Okay.
Not, I can't even think of one that I wouldn't look at him and go, you're the armorist.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
These girls were all under 30, no experience,
Okay.
and it wasn't the first mistake on the show. There was other times when it was supposed to be a quarter load and it was a half load, or it was, it's just like they don't call it, they don't follow the protocol. They weren't following protocol. That's exactly what fucking happened here. I've heard it from everybody exactly what happened to AD. Protocols were not followed. We were in a rehearsal. You should not have a loaded gun in a rehearsal. We never, ever, ever, ever fucking have a loaded gun in a rehearsal. What the fuck for? They handed him a gun that was loaded in a rehearsal.
Okay.
He didn't know it was loaded. I talked to Alec after. His reaction was, I didn't even pull the trigger. I didn't even know it was loaded. Like, nobody fucking tells, like, you hand a hot gun to someone, there's a call for everybody to know.
Okay.
Ear protection's called for. There's a protocol. It's all there so that this doesn't fucking happen.
Right.
And it wasn't
fire
followed.
in the hole.
Exactly. It was not followed. There's nothing else. It was not followed. It's criminal fucking negligence. These producers cut every corner they could, and they cut it. Like, the one fucking place you don't cut.
Right. Exactly. I mean,
You're in a Western. We got guns going off everywhere. People are like, dude,
so going back, do you know which of those individuals, the females, provided the revolver to the AD?
I know it was the assistant. I don't know her name. It wasn't the main armorist girl. It was one of the assistants.
Can you describe her for us?
What color hair did she have? Let's help.
I think she was blonde.
Okay. That helps us. That's all you need to know. Okay. Who did she give the revolver to? Did you see it?
I didn't see it.
Okay. So when you, after the gunshot, the AD had the revolver?
Yeah.
And then, did he open the revolver?
The armorist unloaded each bullet into the AD's hand, and she was checking them before she would give it to him and say, look, it shakes. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know why I did that. And she shook every one of them, but one of them didn't have a hole drilled in it like the others.
Right. And you saw that, or you heard them say that?
No, I saw that.
Okay.
So for that, just that alone, that load should not have been in that gun.
Right. Exactly. So they take these, I'm going to call them cartridges. Was there 5 or 6 cartridges?
There were 5.
5. So the main armor, the female removes the cartridges from the revolver, the cylinder. Mm-hmm. And then what happens to the cartridges after that? They shake them?
The AD and her checked them.
Okay. And then what happened to the cartridges?
What happened to the cartridges?
Did they put them back inside the gun?
They were on a table or there was something there to put stuff on. I think it was like a little cart or something. And she had set the gun down there after it was totally empty, and they were continuing to mess with the cartridges. And the AD grabbed one of them and was like, "This doesn't have a hole in it."
Okay. And those cartridges were placed on the cart?
Yeah.
What color was the cart?
It was the special effects guy's cart, because that's where all his shit was. It might have been a black, like a small Rubbermaid cart.
Okay.
I think.
And do you know if those cartridges from the revolver are still on the cart?
I don't know. I got involved in other things. I went back in, and then they needed the water truck for a helipad, and I'm a Teamster also, and I got on 3 and asked for the water truck to come over to clear a landing area for the helicopter. And once the medics were in the building, they cleared us out. So that's, once I got the water truck handled, I went and I saw Alec, and I went over and talked to Alec at the back of the electric truck where everybody was sitting waiting to be interviewed today.
Okay.
It's usually you can identify the armor because they've got a cart that they're pushing around with all the weapons secured underneath, and then they've got the supplies on top. So
they were running them in from the truck.
Okay.
On this one, there wasn't a cart on set that I saw.
there wasn't a cart.
Not on set.
No.
Not that I saw. There might have been, but yeah, Alec was distraught, and I just tried to talk to him, and
What did he tell you?
he just couldn't believe it. He was saying, "I didn't pull the trigger. I didn't pull the trigger. I only cocked it, and it shouldn't have fired." And I don't even understand, like, why did I have a loaded gun to begin with? It shouldn't have been, like, he was just reiterating all this stuff, and I was like, brother, I don't, like, it's inexcusable. I don't, like, there's no reason that you should have had it. It was a rehearsal, like, we were just talking, but he was, yeah, he kept, like, I remember he just said, like, 5 times, like, I didn't even pull the trigger. It went off.
Okay.
And, yeah, I don't.
How many shots did you hear?
Just one. It was louder than it should have been too. Like, it definitely was more than a quarter load or half. Like we call them quarter loads, half loads. It sounded like at least a half load, if not more. I don't know. The guys in the room were the rest of the key grip who were, you know, basically together. Said that he felt like it was a real gun. He was like, it was so fucking loud, louder than anything else.
Okay.
It's all hearsay, but.
Anything else you think we should know? Any issues there?
You mentioned something that it wasn't just today.
No, yeah. Like, I don't remember what day, but we were in the western town on a different scene, and there was a call quarter load, and it was not a quarter load. It was at least a half load, one that rings your ears from far away, and everybody, you know, you should have your hearing protection, and and it was, you know, I remember there being well, that was too much, like what was going on, and there was a conversation about that when it happened, and you know, little mistakes that just get overlooked, you know.
Right.
It's like that goes to the heart of it. It's like they're not experienced. They don't.
You seem to have a lot of knowledge. So, with your experience, do these armors make their own half loads and quarter loads and
It depends on the armor.
dummies?
I think they can buy them that way, but a lot of them make them.
Okay.
I
Do
don't
you
know
know
what they were doing.
Okay.
I don't. I never actually paid that much attention to that.
Right. Maybe
Their
it's
truck
not
was
your
right
job.
next to ours, and yeah, it wasn't my focus at all. But like it, honestly, like it shocked me how young they all were, and I mentioned it to someone else too before, and I was just like, dude.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, her dad's a big armorist or something," and like, but
Okay.
she's not in the union. She's not a union armorist. Like, it's production.
Yeah.
It's every corner they could cut and every fucking penny they could save.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't have.
Thank you for that information, man. We didn't know. No one else told us about them removing the cartridges and looking at them. So
Yeah.
that's something we'll have to follow up. So thank you for staying and sharing that with us.
I wish I had the video. I'm a fucking idiot. I didn't push record. I knew it. Like instantly, I was like, "Oh, this is not supposed to happen."
Right.
And I was like, "At least let me get it on video, so there's proof that what came out of there."
Right.
Like that was my immediate thought was, we need proof of what comes out of there right now.
Did you see the cartridges yourself?
Yeah.
And you saw one of them did not allegedly. You said that wasn't drilled. Is your terminology?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like all the other ones had a hole except for one.
Okay. So that's what we want to look for when we get up there. So 4 of them had a hole. 1 of them did not.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you for that, man.
You have any more people you're interviewing?
Yeah, I don't know, there's a costume designer, someone else, and the other two girls that are the armorers or helping them are here, so.
Yeah.
I just can't believe we lost her.
It's unbelievable. Yeah.
It was.
I'll check in with folks and see.
Cool. Well, thank you for doing this with me.
You're welcome, buddy.
How you doing, sir? Go ahead and take a seat there.
How you doing?
Good.
What's your name?
Reese Bryce.
Reese?
Yeah, Reese
My
Bryce.
name's Roy.
Meet you, Roy.
And I'm Joel. Nice to meet you, man.
There we go.
Pleasure, gentlemen.
Alrighty. So, I'm just gonna ask for your basic information. Do you live here in New Mexico?
Yes, I do. I live in Corrales.
Do you have an ID on you? Fine.
This is a CrimeCircus presentation.
How do you like Corrales?
I like it. I've been, I'm from Texas.
you.
I moved there in my senior year of high school.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Been out there for a while. I like it. I love it because I'm from a small town in Texas.
Okay. How old are you?
20, about to turn 24 this weekend.
20. Okay,
Wow.
cool. Well, happy birthday, man.
Thank you.
I'm jealous. Cross is nice.
Yeah. It's like a little small town, like, and then right when you go out it's in the city,
Right,
that's what
yeah.
I like. It's like anywhere I drove in Texas, 30 minutes for a Walmart.
Where were you at in Texas?
Electric, Texas.
Electric, Texas.
Where's
Is
that?
Electric, Texas, right outside Wichita Falls, Texas.
Okay.
Wichita Falls.
Yeah, right. It's about 2 hours away from Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a brother who grew up in Denton, which is like
Oh,
north
okay.
of
Yeah,
Dallas a little
I go.
bit.
Yeah.
You go out there fishing, right?
Oh,
He
good fishing a lot.
loves to go fishing.
Yep.
Yeah.
I had to go there all the time. My aunt lives in Trinity Falls.
Pretty Falls.
Yeah, it's like a new area that they just started building. It's been growing ridiculous. Like she was one of the
Right.
first houses out there. Now it's like her whole neighborhood. And they're still building. They're still building. It's ridiculous.
It's kind of, I have a sister in San Antonio. Like, she lives on the outskirts. I mean, but it's still in, her address is San Antonio, but it like takes half an hour, 45 minutes to get downtown. I was like, what?
Oh, wow. Is it really that cold there
I
now?
think so. I don't know. I did the military there. I did the basic training for the Air Force.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember it being that sprawled out. But,
Yeah, I don't remember being that sprawled out either.
but that was 20 years ago.
That's incredible. It's grown up that much, yeah.
Oh yeah. And what's your official title here?
I'm a key grip.
Key grip?
Yes.
What exactly is that? I'm just curious.
I run my own crew. I shape light, mount the camera. I basically run the whole crew and make sure everybody's in set. I tell them what to do. I run with Helena and the director and the gaffer. So I have a gaffer, me and Serge. We work together, basically get what Helena wants in her lighting. Basically.
Cool.
They do creative things with pipe
Yeah.
and then hook cameras
We do,
to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do all kinds of stuff.
Oh, nice.
All kinds of stuff. So rigging, cameras, shaping light, anything.
Nice.
It's kind of hard. It's kind of, we do everything.
So, pretty much, where we want to start is where were you inside the building or outside
so
the
I was
building when the
inside
incident
the
happened?
building. I went to go grab a piece of equipment. I went to go grab a bounce board because I was gonna be right there, bouncing light into the gun because there was a shot of them in the holster, him pulling out the gun because he was supposed to just be sitting there and he was supposed to pull out the gun, and so that's what they were doing. And so when I was walking in, had the bounce board in my hand, and they were lining up the shot, and then you had Atlanta there, had Joel here, and Dolly was sitting right here, and we had Ross that was sitting right next to him.
So if he was Alec and he's sitting on the pew,
so
where would you be?
Helena was like, I was back here. So I was right, like I would say 8 feet behind Helena and Joel.
Okay.
So Helena was squatted like this, Joel was squatted like this right next to Helena, and they were talking to me, conversating. And then as soon as I was walking in, they were conversating, and he was saying, "Is this the good angle for the gun to where the gun was pointed? When he pointed out, it would be in the right direction of the camera." And as soon as he pointed it out, and then he just was like holding his hand. This is good. Boom, right off in their faces.
Yeah.
So then, I automatically went forward. Joel like bear crawls towards the pews, like back towards me down the hall, and hits the pews, and he's saying, what the fuck, like, what the fuck are y'all doing? And I'm asking him if he's all right, and he couldn't hear me. You're saying, what, and then everybody is freaking out, and they're saying, get out, well, somebody's pulling me by my shirt, saying, get out. So then I ended up getting out. I didn't see anything on Joel. Like, when I first initially was asking if he's okay, I didn't see anything. Like, it wasn't no puncture, no blood, no nothing. So I automatically assumed that everything was okay, because I didn't see Helena at that point. I was concentrating on Joel. So I left, and then that's when everything transpired. So I thought the ambulance was coming because of their ears, because it was literally right in their faces. Like, and like I said, it had to be a 3/8 full load, no less. Like, because it was so loud. And even people are like, oh, it's because of the church, it's kind of a small area. No, like the powder that let off, the barrel, like you could see it, you could see the flash of the barrel, like everything. Like it was a 3/8 load, full load at least. It was loud.
How many shots did you hear?
One.
One single shot?
One huge one. One big shot. And then you want to be honest, this is kind of I don't know if it was an actor's fault, but last week we started making it a point, but a discharge did happen twice. One on one set. Last week. Last week.
And what happened with that?
One of them, I think one of the little armored girls was messing with it, and she had it pointed down and everything, and it discharged. And then another time, one of the stunt actors, and I was inside, it was all of us, me, Helena, Serge, we were all inside, and I guess he goes to like cock it or something, and it just said boom, right off. And so that was an ordeal, because we were all in there, and that one was like a quarter load, but it still sounded like you let off a firecracker in a little bitty shack. And so that was a big thing, and I don't know, nothing was done after that, but yeah, so that was kind of a transpiring thing.
Were you inside the church when
Everything was happening? No, because
hold on. When the revolver was given to Alec.
no, like we were outside talking about the next shot.
Okay.
So when we were outside talking about the next shot, and that's the thing too, is me as being a key grip. I'm part of safety in a sense. So that's not so much as me being on there, but I could have said something. But like I said, I never heard anything about the gun or anything like that. We were talking about the next shot and what was going to happen and how we were going to light it.
Okay.
That I didn't hear nothing about the gun.
What do they usually say whenever a gun's given? Or
They say cold weapon. It's cold weapon. Cold weapon's on set. Here, give it to them, and boom. And if we have any questions, like, hey, you can. If you're a person, you can say, hey, let me see the gun. I want to see it. And they have to pull it out, let everybody look at it, see that it's dummy, and that's a personal thing if you want to do that. But usually everybody checks it. AD checks it, makes sure everything's good. Says the cold weapon's on set, announces it to everybody, and hands it to the actor.
you didn't hear none of that?
Not personally. Not personally.
When so you were pulled out of the church, someone was pulling out to the back. Yeah. Did you see anything occur outside, or maybe as you're looking inside the windows or the door?
Mm-hmm.
What happened? What happened to the revolver?
I have no clue. I think because Alec was asking if everybody was okay. That was the last thing I saw of the revolver. Was it in his hand? That was the last thing I saw. The revolver was in his hand. He was asking if everybody was okay, like yelling, like saying he was sorry and he didn't pull the trigger. And that's what he kept saying. It was like yelling as if everybody was okay. And I didn't see what they did with the revolver after that.
Anything else you think that would help us with the case that you remember? Anybody having issues on set?
No, I think nothing other than the other discharges and stuff like that. And my big thing is that they had us even this is y'all's problem, but they had us even driving at night. We'd work splits. And they wouldn't give us hotels. And same thing could happen. People can crash. Like we work 12-hour days.
Right.
Sometimes 14. Like shit. And it's grips. We're the grunts. Like we were doing the grunt work. We're doing all the lifting the stands,
Exactly.
lifting stuff.
Yeah.
And so you get tired. And driving back an hour. I mean, that was my big thing. My big concern. I was like,
We were about to go on. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention.
Strike.
But we were
For
about
this
to go on
reason.
strike. Yeah,
For
we
the
just
same
called
reason.
it off on Monday. Well, actually, it was Saturday for people to go back on Monday.
Okay.
Over working conditions, over long hours, not getting meal breaks, all that stuff. So, and we've made some headway in negotiations, but it's still pretty rough working conditions for people here.
Who's production?
The production, and I'd have to look at the production sheet because it's one of the tier 1, so it's one of the more low budget. I can get you the production. It's not a major production though. I don't recall the production company offhand.
What was the name? Was this a movie or show?
This is a movie. I think they were shooting for what, 30 days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
21.
21 days.
Yes, 21 days. We were supposed to be done 11th November 4th.
It's a low budget, so it was below $7 million. What we consider low budget. You know, you've probably seen the producers. They're kids. You know, their parents have probably got them these jobs. They're thrown into the situation. They're trying to cut. We've been fighting with them over, you know, the hirers. Like they don't understand, you know, how much a production costs, and they're trying to save money. And you know, they've done a pretty good job hiring union crew. I don't know why they cut the corner when it came to this armorer. I wish I would have heard about it. This is the first I've heard about the previous incident with the discharge.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
That was
I would
what-
have definitely inserted myself.
On my
about that.
previous films I've had, like, I've even worked on the Dead for a Dollar, that one I've had on previous films, like, any discharge goes off, and it's not accounted for, bye. Like, it's next armor's coming in, because...
Dead for a Dollar was another Western, similar to this, shot out at one of the ranches,
Right.
and you know, they were doing live round stuff, and you know, they followed the protocols really
Yeah, they had
well.
3 or 4 armors, because two of them let off shots on accident.
Yeah.
What's the name of this movie?
This one's
Rust.
called Rust. Yeah.
Rust.
You know, I can provide the production, the information sheet that I have about the production company and all that, and it's got, you know, the list of the main producers and all that. But I've been, the biggest gripe I've heard from members is just the cutting of the corners. Like,
Yeah.
especially some of our members, they're department heads, and so they're having to get budgets filled dealing with this production, and they just haven't had enough money for the films they've wanted to shoot.
So we got rid of part of our equipment. Like, we had a lot of stuff, like a crane. We had a crane that we were supposed to have for the whole show. They took that out of there, and I was like, damn, so that was your whole shot. That was your whole shot list, was that thing. They took it away from us. Yeah, so they cut a lot of corners just to make the movie. Like, they literally thought the movie was more important than the people who was working on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah, there's still some, they got rid of some union members and then replaced them with non-union. I'm still haven't approved those yet because the way that they did it.
Oh,
Was
shoot,
very
that was the
unethical.
camera people?
What's at the 6? No, this was a different crew.
This is a different
It wasn't the
crew.
camera guys, no.
Okay, anything else?
No, I think we're gonna.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
All right. Well,
What's your phone number? Did you get his phone number?
Yeah.
actually, I did not. Good thing you noticed.
505.
Perfect. All right. Appreciate you, man.
You.
Yeah. The medic, he's fairly distraught right